Hello and welcome to Retro Gaming Swede. My name is Oskar and today we'll take another look at 5 must-play Sega Master System games. As usual, all of these games can be found for pretty cheap and of course, all of them are absolutely fantastic. Some are games most people have heard of and some are games that's hopefully a little bit more obscure. Anyway, before we begin, please consider to leave a like and press the subscribe button. And of course, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, or if you do, or maybe you want a different game to be featured in one of these videos, let me have it in the comment section. Now, let's get on with the game, shall we? You can't talk about a Sega console without talking about the once king of the platform genre, the once greatest of all platform heroes. Do you know what it is? Here's Wonder Boy in Monsterland. Wonder Boy in Monsterland is sort of a mix between an early role-playing game and a platformer. It's incredibly fun to try to find different weapons, armor and magical abilities. Most of them can be bought from different vendors throughout the game. Some can be found after beating bosses or different enemies. The only real downside is that you only get one life to get through the game. Although you can pick up some potions that fills up your health meter after you've taken the killing blow. You should seriously get these when you can, because even if the game looks pretty cute, the game can be hard as balls. Wonder Boy in Monsterland was originally released on arcade and was ported to several different systems. It is, however, the Sega Master System port most people played, and boy is it fun! This is one of those games that every Sega fan should have. It's not just the gameplay that satisfies in this game, however. The music is pretty solid too, with some pretty nice songs accompanying the action. So, if you like great platform action sprinkled with some fun RPG mechanics, this is a really solid game. The next game is based on one of the best comics ever, and some of the funniest animated movies of all time. Yeah, I don't count the live action ones. So, what is this awesome franchise I'm talking about? Asterix, of course. This is Asterix and the Secret Mission. Ready for some more awesome looking 8-bit platform action? Of course you are! Most of the Asterix games of this era is actually pretty great. The gameplay is really solid and the controls works awesome. The Asterix feeling is strong in this game and even the music's pretty solid. The Romans look just as fun as they do in the comics and movies as well, and are a big reason why I really like this game. The game is helped even further by the ability to select what character you want to play as. The quick and double jumping Asterix, or the big, strong and slightly clumsy Obelix. This adds some great variety to the game that just boosts it up even further. I know this isn't the most sought after Asterix game on the Master System. That's Asterix and the Great Rescue. But don't go thinking the Secret Mission isn't awesome too. This game is also a ton cheaper than the Great Rescue, that has a tendency to land around 90 to 100 euros or dollars. So, Nintendo had Excitebike. Naturally, Sega had to have their own dirt bike racer, and of course, it had to be prettier and faster. Although the music isn't as awesome as Excitebike, this is probably a little bit more fun. Take a look at Enduro Racer. The concept of the game is simple. Pass as many opponents as you can. Every one you pass gives you a point, and if you beat the stage in time, you get to buy upgrades for your bike. Sounds simple, right? Well, the game gets seriously harder on the 5th race. The stages are all really fun to ride on, and there's obstacles everywhere and a massive amount of jumps. Some of the jumps should be avoided though, because you lose speed if you jump too frequently. Finding a balance between jumping and driving on the ground, avoiding all the obstacles is key, and finding the ideal route on each stage is a huge part of the game. Just don't hit anything or your opponents, because that will make you explode. Yeah, in Enduro Racer you don't fall off the bike like the guy from Excite Bike. Here you blow up, and after a couple of seconds you're good to go. Yeah, that's a lot cooler than slowly running back to your bike like a normal dude, I guess. So, if you want a simple but really fun racing game for your Sega Master System, Enduro Racer is a really good and cheap option. Do you like helicopters? Do you feel the need to help people? Are you tired of platformers by now? Well, here's Air Rescue. This game has one of the most awesome intro sequences I've ever seen in a Master System game. Just look at it, it looks amazing. Yes, I know this looks pretty similar to Choplifter, but this game plays a bit slower than that, and instead of landing all the time, you can release a rope ladder to save your friends. Every stage has a set amount of people to save, and the chopper feels really great to control. This is one of those games that only saw release in PAL territories, so you Americans will have to look internationally to get it. Making it probably a little bit more pricey than if you were based in Europe, like me. Air Rescue is a game that is easy to learn but hard to master, since the chopper doesn't turn around that fast, and it can be pretty hard to dodge enemies sometimes and get to the different people you're supposed to rescue. Quite frequently you will have to fly through some narrow spaces to get to them. This adds additional challenge and adds to the replayability of the game. So, if you like choppers and like to use your brain as much as your reflexes, this is an absolutely awesome game. Yeah, I know. You thought I was speaking of a certain Hedgehog before, didn't you? Well, since the Master System was made by Sega, we can't really avoid talking about Sonic, can we? So here it is, Sonic the Hedgehog. The first Sonic game plays almost identical to the Mega Drive original game. You can run, jump, and pick up rings just as in that one. It looks really good too, considering it's an 8-bit game. The game is fast, although not really as fast as the Mega Drive game. I do, however, think Sonic for the Master System is a really solid game. It might not really be fair to compare this too much to the Mega Drive version either, since this has half the bits and the processing isn't nearly as blast. There's bonus levels to play too if you grab enough rings, adding to the variety of the game. The mid-level checkpoints are there and the shields are in there too. The only thing that sort of makes this game slightly worse than the Mega Drive Genesis games is that you never get rings on the boss levels, leading to a few really cheap deaths. Sonic 2 for the Master System lacks both shields and mid-level checkpoints, making the game slightly harder. Although it's still a really solid entry in the series, the second Sonic game also never officially released over in the NTSC regions, and the first Sonic game was only imported to the US from Europe and given a UPC sticker over the PAL barcode. That version is one of the most expensive games for the Sega Master System. If you're looking for the sticker version, that is. If you're fine with the EU release, both games can be found for really cheap. So, that was 5 must-play Master System games. What do you think about this week's list? Are there any games missing? Are there any games on here that you really don't like? Tell me in the comment section, and of course don't forget to like and subscribe to see more of these kinds of videos. I try to release at least one video a week, although work and studies do take their time too, so I might miss now and again. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope I'll see you again. Goodbye.